Hello, softball fans. Welcome to the Richardsburg Sports Complex for the Low Country Classic sponsored by Healy and Ford Business and Law. For today's game between Carson-Newman and your USC Sandchucks. Let's play ball.
Game 2 of day 1 from the Low Country Classic brings the hosts USC Beaufort against Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network. I'm Matt Scalzo. Delighted you could join me for the nightcap of day 1, or rather evening cap. 3:35 local time. We're about set to get underway between these two teams, and here is the Carson-Newman lineup that will be facing USC Beaufort pitcher Emily Morgan to begin this contest. It's relatively the same lineup with one minor change in the starting 9 for head coach Michael Graves in his 8th season at the helm. Leading off is the shortstop Malia Smith, followed by the second baseman Reese Winchester. Then Macaulay Bailey, the first baseman, bats third. In the cleanup spot is Anne-Marie Richards, fresh off her first 2 career RBIs in the 8-0 run rule of Erskine this morning. Grace Gregory bats 5th. Sarah Walker is batting 6th and is the designated player. Katie Mathena is the lone change, sliding in at right field, batting 7th. Addie Saunders, the left fielder, bats 8th. And Abby Martin rounds things out. Atiana Stamper will get the ball for Carson-Newman in the bottom of the first inning. The Sand Sharks in their sand-colored uniforms and pants. Sand Sharks written in cursive across the front of the jersey. First pitch from Morgan comes in and misses away to the left-handed hitting Smith. First pitch coming at 3:36 p.m. local time here in Hardeeville, South Carolina. Both teams picking up a win today via the run rule over Erskine. The 1-0 from Smith laid down. Morgan picks it up in front of the circle, fires on the first, and it is in time for out number 1.
Hey, here
we go. Stay ready now.
First pitch to Reese Winchester finds the zone. And it is 0-1. Winchester pulls it foul down the line, and it is now 0-2. Carson-Newman got off to a little bit of a slow start. Didn't get any runs across in the first inning, but broke things open in the second with 3 runs there, and then 2 in the third, and 3 more in the fourth to pick up an 8-0 win over Erskine, run ruling the Flying Fleet, and improved to 5-0 on the season. 0-2 to Winchester, pops it up, foul ground, first base side, and it caroms off the first base dugout. And down towards the concourse, Carson-Newman occupying the first base dugout. They're in the same uniform as they were this morning. Blue jersey with the nested CN outlined in white, and the numbers on the back also outlined in white. 0-2 Winchester, high pop-up, shallow left center field. On comes Tamaya Whitlock, and she will make the grab for out number 2. Here is a look at the Sand Sharks defensive alignment. Saria Simmons is out in straightaway center. Kate Conway joins her in right, and Tamaya Whitlock is in left. As Macaulay Bailey settles into the right East batter's box. First pitch swinging, Bailey drives it into left center field. It'll go all the way to the wall. Bailey around first, on her way to second. The throw-in from Whitlock is off target, and Macaulay Bailey wastes no time, ripping a 2-out double to put a runner in scoring position for Carson-Newman. And that brings up Anne-Marie Richards, completing the rest of this USC Beaufort defensive alignment. From first to third around the infield, it's Kaylee Eubanks, Avery Alexander, Caitlin Boyette, and Emma Reynolds. Emma Berkman is the catcher for Emily Morgan in the circle. First pitch to Richards is a strike on the outer half, and it's 0-1. Carson-Newman was so good in scoring position, or when they had runners in scoring position against Erskine, as the next offering from Morgan is a changeup that drops low beneath the knees of Richards. And it's 1-1, as now there'll be a conversation in the circle with both the umpires and parts of the USC Beaufort infield. Carson-Newman had 3 two-out RBIs in the first game today against Erskine. And with runners on, they were batting .400, runners in scoring position. They were 5 of 11 at the dish. As the count sits at 1-1, Morgan settles back in. Richards ready in the righty's batter's box. Macaulay Bailey at second. Richards, 1-0, drops in front of the second baseman, fires on to first, and it is not in time. Richards, with good speed, is able to beat out the throw from Alexander, and it puts runners on the corners.
Hey, here we go, make a play, make a play.
With Grace Gregory coming up to bat. Gregory, who has struggled for the early part of this season, got things going with a hard hit frozen rope that drove in Bailey against Erskine. That was sizzling off the bat of Gregory. She takes the first pitch, ball low. Count moves to 1-0. Righty on righty, the 1-0 comes in. Gregory lifts it in the air, shallow left field. Whitlock comes on, and she will make the grab to end the top of the first inning. Carson-Newman with back-to-back base hits puts some pressure on for Morgan, but they'll leave 2 runners left on in the top of the first inning. We head to the bottom half here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Welcome back to the Richard Gray Sports Complex in Hardyville, South Carolina. Game 2 of day 1 for Carson-Newman. They're taking on the host, USC Beaufort, and it is 0-0. Carson-Newman threatened in the top of the first inning, putting runners on the corners, and Macaulay Bailey, after a 2-out double and then a single from Anne-Marie Richards, but a flyout from Grace Gregory ends the inning and hands things off to Antiana Stamper. The freshman pitcher out of Knoxville, Tennessee, will make her 3rd start on the season. Made her first career start against Concord last Sunday, and then got the start on Monday against Davis and Elkins. Has gone 8 innings this season, just giving up 1 run on 3 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 5 walks for the talented freshman that has generated a lot of buzz for Carson-Newman. And she'll begin this contest facing Kate Conway for the Sand Sharks. We'll dive into the rest of the Beaufort order as this one moves along, as the first pitch from Stamper Misses outside to the lefty in Conway. On deck is Tamaya Whitlock, and then Saria Simmons, the center fielder, is in the hole. So the entire outfield is the 1, 2, and 3 hitters for Beaufort. A 1-0 from Stamper finds the zone on the outer half, and the count moves to 1-1. The 1-1 from Stamper. A wave and a miss from Conway, and it's 1-2. Stamper uses a screwball, curveball, which will move into a lefty like Conway, a changeup, and a rise ball. Conway on the ground, fielded by Smith on the backhand, long throw onto first. It is not in time, and it's an infield base hit for Kate Conway. Puts the leadoff hitter aboard. Tamaya Whitlock, the left fielder, now up to bat. As I said, Simmons, the center fielder, will bat third, and then the cleanup hitter, if it gets to her, is Savannah Oberdorf. Batting fifth is Emma Brinkman. Emma Reynolds bats sixth. As the first pitch to Whitlock is in for a strike, and then a snap throw down to first from Richards as Conway was off the bag. Hits Conway as Bailey was going to grab the ball, and so a abbreviated timeout as Kate Conway shakes that one off. Caught her on her upper right arm. And then rounding out the rest of this Beaufort order, Kaylee Eubanks bats eighth, and Avery Alexander is the 9-hitter. As Whitlock steps into the lefty's batter's box facing Stamper. Beaufort blitzed Erskine in the first inning. Those two faced off just about 2 hours ago in a 10-1 win for Beaufort. That final in 5 innings. Whitlock shows bunt, pulls back as the rise ball from Stamper is off the mark, 1-1. Corners are in for Carson-Newman, Bailey, and Gregory. About 5 steps in front of first and third base, respectively. The 1-1 from Whitlock. Runs up, pops it up, left side of the infield. Malia Smith ranges over from shortstop and catches it at the foul line. For out number 1. Looking at the Carson-Newman defensive alignment, Abby Martin is in straightaway center. Addie Saunders flanks her in left, and Katie Mathena in right. Macaulay Bailey at first, Reese Winchester and is at second base. Malia Smith is at shortstop, and Grace Gregory is at third. As the first pitch to Saria Simmons is fouled back by Simmons on a check swing, and it's 0-1. And Anne-Marie Richards completes the battery with Stamper. Here comes the 0-1. Simmons in the air. Left center field. Martin ranges over into the gap and makes the grab. Fires it back in, and Conway retreats to first. So after the leadoff infield single from Kate Conway, Tatiana Stamper has settled in and has gotten back-to-back flyouts as it brings up Savannah Oberdorf, the designated player for the Sand Sharks, standing in the righty's batter's box facing the righty and Stamper. First pitch is a ball inside, and it's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Catches the inner half from Stamper, 1-1. Oberdorf did not play in the first contest for Beaufort. Here comes the 1-1, and it's clipped on a swing by Oberdorf, and the count moves to 1-2. Stamper generates so much spin, and it's what makes her so elite in pitching coach Holly Tucker Vance's mind. She looks for one more strike to put us through a scoreless first. Conway over at first. Here's the 1-2. Oberdorf jammed inside, bloops one straight to Grace Gregory at third, and she will make the grab to end the inning. So Conway reaches on a leadoff single, and then Oberdorf puts down the next three to end the bottom of the first and sends us into the second the same way we started, scoreless on the Eagle Sports Network.
You down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Into the top of the second. Into the top of the second we go with the Low Country Classic. Day one coming to a close with Carson-Newman taking on USC Beaufort. Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Sarah Walker leads things off against Emily Morgan in the top of the second with no score. Walker swings on the first pitch, pops it up straight to first base, and the catch is made by Kaylee Eubanks. One pitch, one out for Emily Morgan, who is making her first start of the season.
Now ready, number 4, Katie Mathina.
As Katie Mathina steps into the lefties batters, or the righties batters box rather. First pitch swinging from Morgan, and she pulls it foul down the left field line. 0-1. Emily Morgan, a sophomore out of Easley, South Carolina, has just gone 3 innings across her first 2 appearances of the season. Last pitched against North Greenville 6 days ago. Went 2 innings, giving up 2 runs, both of them unearned on 4 hits with a strikeout and a walk. Second pitch to Mathina, goes upstairs with the rise ball, and Mathina waves through it. It's 0-2. Mathina's been a pleasant surprise for head coach Michael Graves and company. Played sparingly last year, primarily as a pinch runner. As the 0-2 comes in, and it misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mathina. Had just 1 hit last season. She's got 3 through her first 3 games this season. Started with a 2-for-3 night against Concord, followed it up with a 1-for-3 day against Davis and Elkins. As this one is roped into left field, it is down for a base hit, and Katie Mathina keeps on raking. There is hit number 4 on the season for the sophomore out of Blacksburg. And it's a 1-out single to bring up Addie Saunders.
Number 44, Addie Saunders.
The bottom of this Carson-Newman order has been so good in Saunders and Martin, who are due up as Saunders takes the first pitch ball, 1-0. Saunders came into today batting .556.
That's good pitches, baby.
As the next one misses outside, 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 from Morgan. Saunders takes it, and it catches the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Mathena over at first base. Corners are in for Beaufort. Saunders back up the middle and into center field. Back-to-back base hits for the Eagles. It was a quick throw in from Simmons, and Mathena with a feet first slide into second is in safely. So back-to-back base hits for the Eagles. Sets the table for Abby Martin, who might be the hottest hitter for this Carson-Newman team. Has 8 RBIs this season. 2 RBIs in the last 4 games for Abby Martin, and first pitch she swings at is fouled straight back. 0-1. Carson-Newman trying to break through and score first for the 6th consecutive time. They've scored first in every game this season, as the 0-1 to Martin misses upstairs, and it's 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. Martin shows bunt, pulls and bounces it off of home plate. So the count moves to 1-2. One and two with one away. Over at first base is Saunders, and Mathena in scoring position at second. The 1-2 to Martin. Checks her swing and holds off on the rise ball moving upstairs. Count moves to 2-2 with 2 on and 1 away. Still scoreless between Carson-Newman and Beaufort. The 2-2, Martin sinking line drive in left field, and the catch is made by Whitlock diving in. Keeps the runners where they are and moves us to 2 outs as it comes back to the top of the order with Malia Smith. Smith was 2 for 3 in the opener this morning against Erskine. 2 for 3, had a run scored and an RBI. First pitch, she swings and lines it into right field. It drops in front of Conway. Around third comes Mathena. The throw to the plate bounces off the catcher Brinkman, and Mathena slides in safely as Malia Smith delivers a RBI double, and Carson-Newman strikes first once again, and it's 1-0 Eagles. Smith wasting no time, driving one down the right field line. Saunders moves over to third, and Mathena comes in to score to make it 1-0 Carson-Newman, as Reese Winchester tries to keep the train moving along with 2 in scoring position. First pitch to Winchester, bounces in front of home plate in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Malia Smith, considered to be a slapper, but head coach Michael Graves says she's got some power to her. He's trying to get more out of her. There she lets it eat and drives it down the right field line to make it 1-0 Carson-Newman, as Winchester waves at the 1-0 offering and fouls it straight back. It's 1-1. Winchester was 0 for 1, but had a pair of walks and scored a run this morning against the Flying Fleet, the second baseman by way of San Diego, California. Here's the 1-0, or excuse me, the 1-1, and Winchester cuts and misses. 1-2 with 2 away. Malia Smith over at second. She's got tremendous speed, and Addie Saunders just 60 feet away over at third, as the Eagles try to put up another crooked number. They scored 3 in the second against Erskine this morning to take a 3-0 lead. Here's the 1-2 to Winchester. Pulls it down the left field line into shallow left. Ranging back is the shortstop, Caitlin Boyette, and she will make the grab for out number 3. But the Eagles score 1 on the RBI double from Malia Smith. They'll leave 2 on the bases as we head into the bottom of the second. Tatiana Stamper working with a lead for the first time today here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Into the bottom of the second we go. Atiana Stamper heads out for her second inning of work, and she is holding on to a 1-0 lead thanks to the RBI single from Malia Smith. First pitch to the catcher in Emma Brinkman is on the inside corner for a called strike. Next pitch into Brinkman, goes back to the inner half and finds the zone once more, quickly 0-2. 5, 6, and 7 in the Beaufort order due up. Emma Reynolds and Caitlin Boyette to follow. Stamper is ahead 0-2 against Brinkman. The righty comes set and delivers a rise ball that shoots way above the zone and off the catching mitt of Anne-Marie Richards to the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman has struck first in every game this season. They're 5-0 on the year. As the 1-2 comes in, Brinkman slows down her swing on the off-speed from Stamper and fouls it straight back. Beaufort 4-1 this year, fresh off the 10-1 win over Erskine. They fell behind 1-0 in that contest, with the Flying Fleet opening up the scoring in the top of the first as Brinkman gets under one, pops it up on the left side of the infield. Gregory moves over from third, and she'll make the grab for out number 1. And that brings up Emma Reynolds. After Erskine struck first in the top of the first inning, the Sand Sharks ripped off 6 runs in the bottom half and scored 10 unanswered to take that 10-1 win. Brings up Emma Reynolds. First pitch from Stamper to Reynolds, just misses beneath the bottom rail. 1-0. Reynolds this season, through 5 games, she started all of them. She's batting .353. Here comes the 1-0. Reynolds gets under it, left side of the infield. This time it's Malia Smith moving over from shortstop, and she'll make the grab after a short-lived battle between Reynolds and Stamper. And there's now 2 away for the shortstop, Caitlin Boyette. Boyette, through 5 games, batting .400. First pitch to Boyette. She swings and chops at it, and it goes foul, first base side. And the contest against the Flying Fleet for Boyette. As the 0-1 comes in from Stamper and misses high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Boyette was 0 for 2 with a run scored. Stamper looking at the armband on her left wrist. The 1-1 comes into Boyette. Moves inside, and shimmying out of the way goes Boyette as the count moves to 2-1. Boyette, a native of Suwanee, Georgia, 2-1 on the ground. Straight to Gregory at third on a couple of hops. She'll snap a throw to first, and the stretch by Bailey is in time for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3, bottom of the second from Atiana Stamper. And the Eagles head into the top of the third, holding on to a 1-0 lead, looking for more when we come back. Macaulay Bailey leads off on the other side of this break on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Macaulay Bailey leads off here in the top of the third inning. It is a 1-0 Carson-Newman lead. Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagles Sports Network. First pitch swing for Bailey. Drives it out in the air, left field. Whitlock is there, and she will retire Bailey for out number 1. Just got underneath it was Macaulay Bailey, who is still searching for her first long ball of the season. Picked up her first RBI in the 8-0 win over Erskine this morning. Or should I say now, in the early afternoon. It started at 11 a.m. and ended about 12:45 local time here in Hardeeville as A.M. Richards steps in and ropes one foul down the left field line. Move the count to 0-1. RBI walk for Macaulay Bailey and increased her career total to 191. It leads the program for Carson-Newman as she set last year as Richards turns on the 0-1 and pops it up and moves the count to 0-2. Emily Morgan set in the circle. Righty on righty against Richards, the 0-2. Richards out in front of it and yanks it foul down the left field line. Keeps the count where it is.
Stay ready, stay ready.
Here comes another 0-2 from Morgan. Richards waits, hits it on the ground, snagged by the shortstop in Boyette, and she'll snap a throw across the diamond to first in time for out number 2. It was a 1-2-3 inning from Atiana Stamper as Emily Morgan looks to respond and get her first 1-2-3 frame today. Has dealt with traffic on the base paths in both the first and the second as Grace Gregory is out in front on the first pitch for Morgan. Hard hit line drive foul first base side. And that double from Gregory. And that drove in Macaulay Bailey. And the win over Erskine might have been just what this senior third baseman needed. Missed all of last season with an injury at North Alabama. Transferred to Carson-Newman. And has gotten off to a slow start. The 0-1 is just a touch inside from Morgan. And the count moves to 1-1. Gregory and Bailey grew up playing against one another, went to rival high schools, and when I caught up with Macaulay Bailey ahead of the start of the season, said it's a little bittersweet for the two of them as the 1-1 comes in and bounces in front of home plate, 2-1. Bitter in the sense that they both know that they're coming to the end of their college careers, but sweet that they get to play on the same side. Have been opponents for so long, and now to get to be teammates. 2-1, Gregory off the end of the bat. Shallow center. Moving back is the second baseman, Alexander. And a step onto the outfield grass. She's able to make the grab for out number 3. So after a 1-2-3 inning from Stamper in the bottom of the second, Emily Morgan answers back with a 1-2-3 frame in the top of the third. Kaylee Eubanks leads off. It's 8-9-1 for the Sand Sharks in the bottom of the third when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeaneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Back on the Eagle Sports Network, Matt Scalzo with you. Kaylee Eubanks leads off as Antiana Stamper comes home. And the first pitch to Eubanks is the ball inside, 1-0. 8-9-1 for Beaufort due up. Avery Alexander, and then it's back to the top of the order in Kate Conway. The 1-0, Eubanks, slow roller back to Stamper on the circle. And she'll fire it back to first in time for out number 1. A little PFP action for Atiana Stamper, puts one away in the bottom of the third. As here comes Avery Alexander. As Stamper has retired the last 7 Sand Shark hitters. Alexander, the second baseman. First pitch from Stamper's a rise ball that misses high. And it's 1-0. A 1-0 from Stamper, pulled foul towards the third base dugout by Alexander. The count evens up at 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. Alexander skitters one along the ground to second. Winchester gobbles it up and fires to first in time for out number 2. And so Atiana Stamper settling in, letting her defense make plays behind her. And now she faces Kate Conway as it turns back over to the top half, or to the top of the Carson-Newman, or to the top of the Beaufort order. Is the lone Sand Shark that has reached base on a leadoff single. First pitch swinging for Conway, and she clips a piece of it, sending it straight back into the fencing behind home plate. Conway, an infield single to Malia Smith over at short. The speed of Conway was just enough to beat the strong throw from the shortstop. Here comes the 0-1. Stamper just misses beneath the knees of the left-handed hitting Conway. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just 31 pitches for Atiana Stamper so far. Looking for another quick inning of work. The 1-1. Conway back up the middle and into center field. Another base hit for Kate Conway. She has both hits for the Sand Sharks. As Tamaya Whitlock now comes up to bat. Tatiana Stamper has been able to deal with everybody besides Conway in this Beaufort order. First pitch to Whitlock is outside, ball one. The 1-0 to the lefty Whitlock. Misses outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Stamper comes home on the 2-0. Whitlock pushes a bunt, first base side. Richards fields. The throw to first is late, and now caught in a rundown is Conway over at second. The throw back is not in time from Gregory. And so an infield base hit from Whitlock keeps the inning going. Kate Conway nearly with a disastrous mistake. But the tying run in scoring position, represented by Kate Conway, and Saria Simmons, the center fielder, now comes up to bat. First pitch to her is a rise ball high for ball one. Next pitch comes in from Stamper, misses low, 2-0. Next offering to Simmons is right down the chute. 2-1 with 2 away. Simmons this season coming into the contest was batting .333. She's got 4 RBIs. The 2-1 goes around on a check swing, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away and 2 runners on for the Sand Sharks. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Tying run in Conway over at second base. And a runner's stance. Here comes the 2-2, popped up, foul ground, third base side. Gregory, the third baseman, moves over and makes the grab for out number 3. As Stamper stands strong after back-to-back 2-out base hits and sends us into the 4th. Still a 1-0 Carson-Newman lead here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Back in Hardeeville, South Carolina, 1-0 Carson-Newman with the lead through 3 innings, and leading things off is Sarah Walker in the 6, 7, and 8 spots for Carson-Newman that are due up in this 4th inning. A 1-0 Carson-Newman lead. First pitch to Walker is a called strikeout on the outer half. 0-1. Tatiana Stamper bear down in that bottom of the third inning. Back-to-back base hits with 2 away. forced a ground out as Walker swings on the 0-1, lifts it out into left center field, and Tamaya Whitlock is there with good speed. Delivers a strike on the first for out number 2, a short-lived battle for Emily Morgan. Here comes the 1-1. Misses high and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. A 1-0 Carson-Newman lead in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1 from Stamper. Is cemented on the inside corner. 2-2. Oberdorf is 0 for 1. The Northeastern meet thing happened an inning ago for Saria Simmons, but she popped out to Grace Gregory to end the inning. Here comes Eubanks, and the first pitch from Stamper. She goes upstairs, and she gets a wave and a miss. Righty on righty, the 0-2 to Eubanks. Goes to the rise ball, and Eubanks holds off the rise ball. This sails upstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases open, but Stamper would, as Grace Gregory is the one to make the play. So no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. As we head into the 5th inning, it is has retired the last 8 to the order. Sykes looks to shut the door in the bottom of the 5th inning. On
purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morriston.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeandeagles.com/Eagle Club.
Saria Simmons, her RBI single, has us tied at 1 apiece as we head into the 6th inning to close out day 1 of the Low Country Classic. Matt Scalzo with you, Carson-Newman and USC Beaufort going toe-to-toe on a pitching change for the Sand Sharks. Madison Murphy, who started game 1 against Erskine for the Sand Sharks, now returns to the circle, faces Anne-Marie Richards, in the first pitch to the catcher is a ball inside, 1-0. Next offering from Murphy, misses down and away, 2-0. Against Erskine, Murphy went 3 innings, gave up 1 run on 2 hits with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Here's the 2-0 to Richards. Richards back up the middle and into center field, out of reach for a diving Alexander over at second base. And the leadoff hitter is aboard for Carson. Pinch runner put in for Carson-Newman. Can't exactly tell who it is from this distance, and the number's just slightly hiding from me with the sun. We'll make the change when we get to it, as Gregory is able to advance Worley over to second. And so here comes Sarah Walker up to bat now. Worley the go-ahead run in scoring position over at second. First pitch from Murphy to Walker, down and inside, and it's 1-0. Murphy, a senior out of Decatur, Alabama. A 1-0 to Walker. Goes inside, and Walker slices it out of play, first base side. Equals the count at 1-1. The 1-1. High and outside to Walker, 2 balls, 1 ball game in the top of the 6th inning. Carson-Newman struck first in the top of the 2nd. RBI single from Malia Smith that drove in Katie Mathena. There comes the 2-1. Walker out in front of it. She pulls it foul down the left field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Bailey Worley, the go-ahead run over at second base after the Sand Sharks tied things at 1 apiece on an RBI single from Saria Simmons. Drove in Kate Conway. Just a half inning to go in the bottom half of the 5th. 2-2. Walker lays off the high rise ball. And the count runs full. Bailey Worley, the pinch runner in place of Anne-Marie Richards, who led off this inning with a ground ball single. Walker pulls one to left field, ranging back in, making the over-the-shoulder grab is Whitlock in left field. Bailey Worley dives back in safely at second base. Ball was tattooed off the bat of Walker, and Whitlock had to race back and is just able to make the over-the-shoulder grab off the bat of Walker. And so now a conversation in the circle for Mathena is 1 for 2 so far. Next pitch comes in. Mathena sharply hit ground ball to short. Boyette fields, low throw, but it is scooped up by Eubanks over at first, and the inning is over as Worley is stranded on the bases and sends us to the bottom of the 6th. Still equal at 1-all between Carson-Newman and
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's when you make your purchase for 50% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. 65471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian. Spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks. We look towards the future. So join the facilities. Talons up.
Join the
re-enters for Carson-Newman and slots in behind the plate. Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. All square, 1-1 between Carson-Newman and US 5-1. As the first offering from Riley Sykes, who comes into her first full inning of work, is a check swing by Emma Reynolds, and she goes around for strike 1. The 0-1, Sykes moves inside against her, comes around and clips it foul down the first base side, 0-2. An eerily similar feel to Carson-Newman's opening day contest and season opener against Glenville State in Johnson City this past Sunday. The 0-2, Reynolds chases, and Sykes puts her down by way of the K for out number 1. Sykes worked back outside to a pitch that Reynolds had a check swing on for strike 1, goes back to the well, and Reynolds can't lay off it as There's one gone now on Sykes' first punch out. Brings up Caitlin Boyette. Boyette shows bunt, offers at it, and comes up empty. 0-1. The 0-1 from Sykes. Misses outside. Evens the count up at 1-1. Looking back at that Glenville State game, it was Carson-Newman striking first in the top of the first inning. Wasted no time, an RBI single from Reese Winchester. Just the second at-bat of the season. Drove in Malia Smith. Made it 1-0 Carson-Newman as the 1-1 from Sykes is low, 2 balls and a strike. Glenville State then tied things up in the, you guessed it, bottom of the 5th, just as Beaufort did tonight, as field line, and it is fair off the bat of Caitlin Boyette. Puts the go-ahead run now on the bases for USC Beaufort. And it is Kaylee Eubanks coming up to bat. Carson-Newman did win that game in the 7th, an RBI single from Malia Smith that brought in Abby Martin. Eubanks swings on the first pitch and loops it into right field. Over the head of Winchester, back-to-back base hits. Puts runners on first and second. And it brings up the 9-hitter in Avery Alexander. And looming on deck is the top of this Beaufort order in Kate Conway, who has singled all 3 times she has come up to bat. Alexander 0 for 1, worked a walk her last time up. Swings on the first pitch and fouls it off down the third base line. 0-1. Beaufort now up to 10 hits on the evening, but still just 1 run to show for it. The 0-1 is in there right at the bottom of the zone. Called strike 2. Would be huge for Sykes and Carson-Newman to get this second out in Alexander. Here comes the 0-2. And Alexander fights it off with a foul ball, just catching it off the end of her bat and pushing it down the first base side. The 0-2 skips in the dirt and gets past Richards, goes to the backstop. Everyone advances another 60 feet. As Boyette goes to third on the pass ball, Eubanks into second. Here comes the 1-2. Alexander in the air, left center field. Saunders is there and makes the grab, tagging. And it is now 2-1 Beaufort. For the first time this season, Carson-Newman trails. Eubanks comes into third. And now Kate Conway up to bat. First half, 0-1. Eubanks 60 feet away from adding a little insurance for the Sand Sharks heading into the top of the 7th. Next offering from Sykes. Conway back up the middle. 4 for 4 with 4 base hits. And Eubanks comes in to score. And so it is now 3-1 Beaufort, with 1 run to tie it in the 5th, 2 runs here in the 6th. And there will be a change in the circle for Carson-Newman before Tamaya Whitlock steps into the batter's box. It'll be Kalia Merritt that comes in to pitch for Carson-Newman. It will make her 2nd appearance this season, and we'll take a quick break as she gets warmed up on the Eagle Sports Network. Beaufort with 2 here in the 6th. They lead it 3-1.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Back at the Richard Gray Sports Complex, 3-1 USC Beaufort in front. Back-to-back RBI singles. RBI single from Kate Conway made it 3-1. The sac fly from Avery Alexander, her first career RBI, gave the Sand Sharks the 2-1 lead, and the hit from Conway, just a little insurance as Kalia Merritt steps into the circle, faces Tamaya Whitlock, and the first pitch is a ball low to Whitlock. Merritt in her freshman season made her first career appearance against Converse on Monday. Pitched the 7th inning in that 6-0 win for Min. She misses on the first 2 pitches off the mark on the 1-0. Misses low, and it's 2-0. Two-0 comes in and finds the zone. From Merritt, 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the 2-1. Whitlock clips it straight back, 2-2. So Carson-Newman going to have some heroics in the top of the 7th if they're able to keep it at 2 runs. Either way, they're going to have to come from behind to win this contest or keep things going as Whitlock puts a slow roller to second. Winchester fields and fires to first, and it's in time for out number 3. But the Sharks, or the Sand Sharks rather, plate 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th and take a 3-1 lead into the 7th. 3 unanswered runs by the Sand Sharks. They're looking for 3 more outs when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable, and we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you ask. People offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a FDIC.
The first career RBI for Avery Alexander. Made it 2-1. Beaufort in the bottom of the 6th. Kate Conway added insurance with an RBI single, and it's 3-1 Sand Sharks. Coming in the top of the 7th, Addie Saunders leads off facing Madison Murphy, and Murphy fires in a first pitch strike. Just 3 outs to work with for Carson-Newman, trailing by a pair, trying to avoid their first loss of the season. The 0-1. Saunders off the end of her bat, chopper towards second, and fielded by Alexander. Fires on to first and gets Saunders by a step for out number 1 in a short-lived battle between Saunders and Murphy. And so here comes Abby Martin. A senior center fielder, has good speed, and has been one of the best hitters for Carson-Newman this season. Holds off on the first pitch ball that runs high and inside. 1-0. Martin has had 2 RBIs in her last 4 consecutive games. This one she loops out into shallow right center field. Ranging back goes Alexander, and she'll make a nice grab for out number 2. Reaching her left arm up and reaching over towards her right shoulder for that grab. And so Malia Smith is the last hope for Carson-Newman to just try and keep this train moving along if they are able to. Smith takes the first pitch ball, and it's 1-0. Smith is 2 for 3 today. Has a single in her last 2 at-bats. Had an RBI single in the second for the lone run of the contest for Carson-Newman. The 1-0 comes in, and she fouls it straight back, 1-1. The super talented freshman shortstop comes in on the 1-1, loops it out towards left field, and it is a fair ball down the line. To keep things moving, drops it in front of Whitlock, who was charging in down the line, and Malia Smith picks up her 3rd hit of the contest, as now there will be a pinch hitter in place of Reese Winchester in the 2 spot for Carson-Newman. And they'll be going to the freshman and Emma Romika. Romika and Winchester, both natives of San Diego, California. Romika appeared as a pitcher against Concord, also got some at-bats at the Big Region preseason preview. Went 0 for 1 against her. Just appeared as a pinch runner, rather, as the first offering to her missed the zone, and then the second one comes in and is fouled away, 1-1. Romika represents the tying run, the 1-1 in the dirt. Went between the legs of Brinkman. Smith was hesitant over at first and opted not to advance. Didn't. Count moves to 2-1 against the righty Romika. Next pitch comes in and misses low, 3-1. On deck, if it gets to her, is Macaulay Bailey. She's come close on her last 2 at-bats to getting one to leave the yard. The 3-1. Romika fouls it straight back, and the count runs full. The Eagles down to their last strike. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Drop third. Throw down to first. It is in time. And Beaufort scores the last 3 runs to hand Carson-Newman its first loss of the season. And so Beaufort picks up the win, 3-1. And the Sand Sharks with the win. Sweep day 1 and improve to 5-1 on the season. As for Carson-Newman, they'll drop to 5-1. These two teams will tangle once again tomorrow at 1 p.m. That'll be the conclusion of the Low Country Classic for Carson-Newman. Carson-Newman will look to bounce back when they take on Erskine tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. once again. Eagles took that first meeting against the Flying Fleet 8-0 earlier today. They'll try to bounce back and get back in the win column and look for revenge against the Sand Sharks tomorrow afternoon before heading back on a 6-hour bus journey back to Jefferson City. But that does it for today's broadcast. If you tuned in throughout both games or just in this one, thank you from me to you. Glad you could be a part of it. We'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. first pitch between Carson-Newman and Erskine on the Eagle Sports Network. You can catch it here on YouTube, or if you're listening on cneagles.com/live. Matt Scalzo, glad you could join me. Until next time, I'm Matt Scalzo signing off. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening.